And the construction works of Valencia's new stadium, the Nou Mestalla, are advancing, and we are going to bring an update on this new stadium being built in Spain, shall we? The history of the construction of the Nou Mestalla is one of the most unique, complex, and long plots in the recent history of European football and sports civil engineering. But we have already talked about the project, and let us get down to business, which is to talk about how the stadium's construction works are today. A stadium that has its official inauguration scheduled for the European summer of 2027. The current scenario at the Nou Mestalla construction site, closely followed in the latest updates, is radically different from the past of abandonment. The construction has entered one of the most fascinating, complex, and visually impactful phases of large sports enclosure engineering: the erection of the support system and assembly of the immense roof that will crown the stadium. And while we chat, you will be seeing current images of the Nou Mestalla, images that the club itself published on its social networks. Recently, Valencia CF announced a truly historical milestone for the project: the total completion of the installation of the roof's compression ring, accompanied by the complete fixation of the 50 structural steel pillars of the S355 type. These 50 gigantic pillars represent the external backbone that will raise the upper structure. Each of them has an impressive 38 meters of height and weighs more than 30 tons. The millimetric precision required to anchor these colossal columns to the pre-existing concrete skeleton demanded large-scale cranes and exemplary logistical planning in the urban heart of Valencia. The compression ring, now fully finalized, functions as the perimetral union element that will absorb and uniformly distribute the titanic forces generated by the large suspended roof parallel to this cutting-edge engineering feat. The last weeks were marked by the completion of the demanding and meticulous assembly process of auxiliary scaffolding and temporary working platforms essential to allow the positioning of the cables that will form the traction ring. Another neuralgic point happening at this exact moment is the deployment and implementation of the high-resistance steel radial cables. Specialized teams have already managed to fix and stretch several sections of these radial cables that cross the internal S-space of the cauldron toward the center, preparing the technological stage for the future and eagerly awaited lifting of the roof. It is worth highlighting that the definitive roof of the Nou Mestalla was designed to have a monumental total weight of 4,800 tons, tasked with impeccably and elegantly protecting the future 70,044 seats that the stadium will offer to the fans. Although the engineering of the roof steals the media spotlight and the fans' enthusiasm by completely transforming the stadium's visual profile in the urban landscape, the current works are not limited to the top of the structure. There is an intense decentralized work front occurring simultaneously on several other fronts of the architectural complex. The execution and refinement of the stadium's facade continue advancing according to the established schedule. The coverings, window frames, and support structures for the definitive exterior design, which seeks to integrate the Valencian cultural identity with the modernity of clean lines and visual permeability, are taking shape in the different quadrants of the perimeter. Likewise, the voluminous emergency staircase and vertical circulation towers, vital for the safe evacuation of mass superior to 70,000 people, are receiving structural finishes and connections to the stand's access levels. Inside the stadium's bow, the works advance on the perimetral protections of the stands themselves, where workers perform fine adjustments to guarantee safety during the stretching of the roof cables and in the initial development of fundamental internal zonings: locker room areas, press rooms, security control centers, VIP hospitality spaces, commercial areas, and large-scale underground infrastructure for sanitation and electrical and hydraulic installation. If you want to follow these works and others and are not yet subscribed to the channel, take the opportunity and subscribe now, because here we bring everything about stadiums. Do not forget to also leave a like. Nou Mestalla has ceased to be a virtual project or a bitter memory of paralysis to become a pulsating, safe, and technologically advanced construction site. What was done in the past, the raw concrete skeleton, now serves as a robust base to receive the bold engineering of the present, embodied in the 50 gigantic pillars, the completed compression ring, and the complex web of radial cables that precedes the physical installation of the roof membranes. With the inauguration set for the summer of 2027, the current pace demonstrates that the club and the construction companies are committed to meeting the deadlines and delivering to the Valencianism a modern, functional home with a capacity for more than 70,000 spectators and designed to once again host the greatest nights of European football. The transformation of Valencia's horizon is the irrefutable proof that the sleeping giant has finally awakened. If you liked it, leave a like, and before you go, I am leaving another video for you to follow with us. A hug.